Today I got a belt in from Absolute Belts. The belt maker goes by Rana Abuzar. He threw in this black zipper belt bag along with the big gold belt. This is my first time ever reviewing one of his belts. He sent this to me to review for the channel just to look at. It is not mine to keep. It is an all gold, big gold, similar to the cast copy. And what you're seeing here is that the bubble wrap stuck to the nameplate. I've seen this happen before where belt makers will clear coat some of these plates and the bubble wrapping will stick to the plates. Here I am opening up the blank nameplate, and as you can see here, there are more bubble wrap imprints also on the blank nameplate, which is very disappointing. A lot of these belt makers need to let things properly dry before they ship them off. Here I am trying to rub some of these markings out. Now what I'm going to do here is get some WD-40 and spray on a cloth and try to wipe away some of these imprints, because a lot of people say WD-40 helps wipe away some of these bubble wrap imprints, and I've used it before in the past and it has helped. So as you can see here, it did kind of lessen the appearance just a little bit. I'm going to try this on the main plate as well to take away some of the markings on the Triple H nameplate, see if that helps, and if not, I'll keep trying and we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, I got this belt from Absolute Belts. He sent this to me to review for the channel, and I just wanted to show you guys this was the first thing that I noticed while taking the belt out of the box. Alright, so we are not off to a hot start, but I just want to keep it 100 with you guys. This is how the belt came from Absolute Belts with the bubble wrap imprints. I would be a phony if I got this belt and I said this belt was 100% perfect when it is indeed not. If you remove the nameplates from the belt, I think the belt looks pretty good. I do. I think it's a solid looking AFX style looking big gold. The nameplate is just where it loses points with me. That's just where it gets a thumbs down with me. So let's remove the nameplate out of the question and let's take a look at the belt itself to show you guys what it looks like. Here's a look at the grapplers on the main plate. Now, one thing I did notice is that these little jeweler pieces, I think people call them conchos, it is just built into the plate. And then all you have is the red jewel just sitting on top. I found that a little fascinating. Most big golds, the little concho, the circle piece, is almost like a separate piece or built into the plate over top, making it look 3D. But this is just flat into the plate with a red jewel on top. Thought that was kind of interesting. There's your globe and your crown. This was made with a Triple H nameplate. Another thing I found interesting was that Rana, the belt maker, had curved off the side plate, kind of like in Groovy G fashion, where it's kind of angled. I feel like this big gold, it would have been a lot better if he just squared off the end of the nameplate and made it just like a rectangle plate, like a standard squared nameplate, like you see in the background, where it comes to a point and comes straight down. I don't know why he decided to come down here, angle it down, and then come straight down, and then angle the corners of the nameplate. I feel like it would just fit and blend in with that background a little more if this was a squared nameplate. Y'all get what I'm saying, or am I just kind of crazy? I feel like the nameplate kind of just looks weird in that position, being made that way. I feel like it would be better if it was just a pointed, squared nameplate. And here's the Triple H nameplate. I have done my best over the last couple of days since that intro to that video to get some of the bubble wrap markings off the nameplate. I think I've gotten it down pretty well, but you can still see some of the bubble wrap markings in the back, and there is a scuff on the nameplate, but that was like that as well when I got it. Another thing a lot of people will probably be picky about is that the main plate, it's not center, it's kind of moved over to the right just slightly, and you can notice it because over here where the stitching goes, it's not touching the main plate. But if you go over here and it is right, the stitching is right on top of the main plate. So you have more area over here, more space over here. So I feel like if the main plate was just picked up and just moved over like 3 to 4 millimeters, just slightly left, it would be more perfect. But what can you do? Again, I'm just pointing things out that I see, and a lot of people are going to see the spacing between the main plate and the side plates and be like, why is there such a big gap right here when the side plates should be closer? Well, not necessarily. You see, a lot of people don't realize WCW used an all gold copy towards the end of its run, and when AFX Studios made the all gold big gold, there was a pretty big spacing between the main plate and the side plates. If you've never seen one of the AFX big golds before, one of the versions is actually at Hogan's Beat Shop with NWO spray painted on it. I believe it has a Jeff Jarrett nameplate. I have a picture. I will put it up on the screen right here. So for everybody saying the spacing of the big golds side plates is too far apart, no, that's not necessarily correct, as some versions of the all gold big gold have this big spacing between the main plate and the side plate. So this is kind of accurate. Here's a look at the textured side plate. Nice close up. This belt does have black stitching going down and around the border with gold snaps, and it does have rounded edges on the leather. And same thing for the opposite side with your snaps at the end and your rounded leather. A little bit of leather imprints in the leather, little things like that. I don't really care for too much like that, but if it's hugely noticeable or there's a big scratch down the leather, then I think it sucks. But these little imprints to me aren't a big deal, but they might be for you. But again, just showing you guys, this is how the belt came from Absolute Belts. And here's what the back of the belt looks like. You just have plain black backing. Screws are nice and shortened. They're not poking through the leather. They're not poking through too bad. They look pretty thin down. All the snaps are in place. And here's what his leather looks like when you fold the leather over. It just lays pretty flat. Folds over really nicely. Leather does feel good. Let's take a look at the edges. If my camera will focus. Edges seem to be nice and soft. Yeah, they sure are, yep. Blended in well. Looks good, not too bad at all. This belt will be for sale. If you are interested in it, you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. This belt is valued at $500 if you want one brand new. I believe they are more higher priced, so if you want this one, I would recommend reaching out to me, and I will set you up with Rana or Joey Gray, and they can take the payment. I'm just simply reviewing this belt for Rana, seeing as I've never seen his work before. And another thing I learned is that this big gold right here is 8 pounds. I used a luggage scale and weighed it. It doesn't clock in at 8 pounds, whereas like the Groovy G, that one weighs in at 4.5 pounds. People are really curious about the weight of a belt. So yeah, I did weigh it. This belt does weigh 8 pounds. So what do I rate this belt out of 5 stars? Now, not everything can be 5-star product. I just don't know what is a 5-star product out there. There's always going to be some pros and some cons with almost every belt that you buy, whether the leather, the plates, even from the WWE shop, there's always going to be something wrong or just missing, right? There's always going to be some sort of flaw in the leather. I see it all the time. I think the nameplate is also a little bit too thick. The nameplate itself is about 5 millimeter. It looks like, and the plates, like the main plate and the side plate, are about 4 millimeter maybe. But I just think the nameplate just sticks up too much, in my opinion. And I'll take a picture and I'll show you guys. But yeah, to me it just sticks up too much. But as far as the weight of the belt is fine. It weighs 8 pounds. That's about what the original Crumb Rind weighed. So like I said, the leather of it feels good. I just think it misses in certain points. And that's just me being nitpicky, because I know a little bit about big gold. So I don't want to say I'm the Hazard F5 of belt reviews, because I'm not. Hazard could probably pick this thing apart and find more things wrong with it than me. But I do think the nameplates being bubble wrapped were disappointing. The conchos pieces were kind of interesting as well. I thought that was just an odd thing on the main plate. Where you would think that the concho pieces would either be extra pieces just stacked on top or just built into the plate, where you'd have like a raised design. But whatever the case, this is just my opinion. I rank this big gold at a 3 out of 5 stars. I think it's good, but I think it definitely could be better. For anybody that likes the AFX style big golds, the all gold versions, the one that Scott Steiner had, Jeff Jarrett had, Triple H had towards the beginning when he was awarded the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on Monday Night Raw. I think this would be a pretty good big gold belt to buy from. Again, this guy is on Facebook, Absolute Belts. Rana Abuzar, you can check him out. He's on Facebook. Again, due to some of the flaws, I told Rana, hey, selling this belt for $700 is not ideal in my opinion. You need to cheapen this belt a little bit, cheapen this version, the one that I have in my hands on my desk. And so this one is for sale at $500. It is a little bit cheaper than the Groovy G. The Groovy G one was $600. I believe the Crumrine Big Gold on WWE Shop, I think it's $400. I'm not exactly sure. I have not looked at their prices, but this one right here is $500 shipped. So if you're curious, you can message me and I'll set you up with Rana or Joey, and you can pay them, and then I will ship it from my house to you. So if you're interested in this Triple H with the blank nameplate, you can message me anytime, Facebook, Instagram, and if you want, I'll send you more pictures and all that stuff. But yeah, that is just my opinion of what this belt looks like, my opinion of Absolute Belts. I think it's a good looking big gold. Make some minor changes, and I think you would have a hit on your hands. But right here, I'm a little disappointed in some things, if I'm just being honest with you. But that's just my opinion. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.